Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for December 2018. Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, those are totally guided. Welcome everyone. I do apologize. I had forgotten that I said I would do your sign right after Sagittarius, and somebody pointed that out to me, so I apologize for that. It's like a mother's broken promise. That's what I feel like. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to do it now. Maybe it was meant to be right now, right? Okay, guys, we're going to get into your reading. Go ahead and just clear your minds. And the rest will follow. And we're going to begin. Beautiful. Okay, now, I also got another deck of cards, new deck of cards. And you know what's weird is I ordered 6 new decks of cards. I buy them sometimes off of hayhouse.com, I think it is, and they're having a great sale right now. So I bought 6, and I hardly ever buy Oracle cards because I hardly ever use them. So, I just feel like they're being unused here. So I hardly ever buy them. Well, I got 2 new decks that showed up, and both of them are Oracle cards, which is crazy to me. But here they are. So we're keeping them, and they're quite beautiful. So today, what we're working with, and I have not used these yet. I've charged them. They're part of the family. But this is called The Whisper of Love. Whisper Love by Angela Hartfield. And artwork by Josephine Wall. And the artwork is quite beautiful. So we have to give her a shout out, right? Okay. And what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to intuitively pick your card instead of shuffling for your card. I don't know why. I just know I'm going to pick the right one. I'm getting goosebumps as I shuffle. Okay. I just want to state one thing, just something I've been noticing in the comment sections, and for some reason it just came to mind. I see people putting a time stamp of when the reading begins. So, I'm assuming you mean like when I start the cards, which is fine. But I also want you to understand that there are things that are being said way before I pull cards that some people need to hear. And when you see a timestamp, it makes, well, I don't know. If I see a timestamp, I'm apt to click it because I'll assume that what was before that, maybe advertising or what have you. So I just want to put that out in the atmosphere, okay? I don't care that you do it, but I just want you to consider that, okay? Because there are definitely some important messages way before we even pull the cards. And the minute I strike the bull, is the minute the reading begins, in my eyes. Okay, so let me stop talking. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear our minds. My body is just vibrating. I don't know why. I feel like I'm just pulling in your energy, and it's making my body vibrate. By the way, when I do this kind of shuffle, most of the time when I'm shuffling, my eyes are closed. I don't even know why. Not on purpose, but I'm saying that because sometimes I can see we can see the cards. But honestly, like, I don't even look. Be authentic to who you are. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. And beautiful artwork. Okay. I am going to read from the book. They're not very long, I have to say. I don't know. Okay. Number 19, by the way. That is not what it is. You know, it's so weird. I had the same problem with someone else's reading on another new Oracle deck. Okay, it's not number 19, it's number 39. So maybe someone asked for confirmation through the number 19, maybe? Okay, anyway. In all relationships, authentic, authentic, okay, I'm not going to be able to say it now. In all relationship, okay, I don't know why I'm like fumbling over my words. I couldn't find the number. In all relationships, being authentic is important. Sometimes it may seem easier to stuff our feelings and do something that we normally wouldn't do. Be candid and be who you truly are. Accept others for who they are and don't feel the need to change yourself or anyone else. So it's the energy of, just truly loving yourself and everything that you are, and being proud of that. Not an easy task. I know that. I'm also someone who fights insecurities here and there. You think they're dealt with, and well, it depends. Certain energies can bring it out in me. But I realize it now. Before I would live in that. Now I realize it, so I can snap myself out of it. Tell myself that who's ever intimidating me or making me feel, it's not really them. They're triggering within me, right? They're triggering that within me. which means that it needs to come to the surface. I need to be aware of that it still exists. Maybe it always will, right? Just being aware gives you so much more control. But then it's also like that red flag. I feel like for some people, our energy just doesn't mesh. You know, it's okay. You know, you need a little resistance in life. Okay. I'm going to use the Universal Tarot. They've been really good this month. They were good last month. I don't know if some of you are dealing, feel like you're in chaotic situations, don't have control of something. And I'm saying that because every part of this reading so far, from the card, the shuffling, and how I felt the energy of it, even these cards, like, it still feels a little like, I gotta bring it down. So whatever I'm in the midst of, I still have to find a way to calm my own energy. And that being said, their last shuffle was perfect. Aquarius, what's going on? What's going on for Aquarius? It's Tubular Guided December 2018. What can we know? What should we know? What type of energy are we dealing with? Okay, so we're starting with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. This is quick movement. This is, I feel like for someone, this is something that's coming into you very quickly now that is then allowing you to move forward. Something, you know, what's coming in is something that was requested. And, you know, it's funny because I feel, I don't know, this is weird, but I feel like I'm Santa Claus right now and I'm looking at all these lists of everyone's different wishes, you know, but yet I'm Santa Claus. So I can create it, right? So to speak. So something's coming in, Aquarius, to help you move forward. Something you've been asking for, whether in meditation or just literally talking to the universe. I feel like some of you have, oh, I don't know what you call it. It's a board, like I can see it. I don't know if you call it a dream board, where you have pictures. And I see like, I even see like magazine pages on this dream board. And I keep getting the name Barbie. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with the dream board Um, or if you have a picture of a Barbie on your dream board, and I really can't tell what reference it is. Like, I don't feel like this is someone saying, like, I want to look like Barbie. Maybe. Um, I don't think anything's coming in to help you look like Barbie, to be honest. I don't feel like that's what this is about. Maybe it's just, yeah, it doesn't mean something's not still coming in. Anyway, and maybe if you don't have a dream board, starting one would be a good idea. What I do, I should do a dream board because, I have a vivid imagination and that definitely helps me manifest. Um, but what I do is I write a list, so to speak. Like, I hate to call it a list, like my list to the universe. Um, but just what I want to manifest. You know what I mean? And that I know, I do it differently than other people though. I write it. I have this notebook that just like random stuff is in it, things that I channeled. Got to put it together sometime and get it on the air. But that's where I also put my list. I want to give it a different name. My wants. So anyway, I then close it. Um, I believe it. I claim it. I even put so it is on the bottom of it. And then it just goes in my desk and I just forget about it. And every once in a while, like I know I'm talking too much about myself, I'm sorry. But every once in a while, I'll think of something like I need someone's email, and I'll be like, I wonder if I just randomly wrote it, so I know what notebook to go to. And I'll see pages from like, you know, years ago, all the way up to today, and I just find it amazing because I can go back and check off pretty much everything. Am I in my dream home? Not yet, but I'm in a great place. You know what I mean? I'm in a great place. And that dream I still have, like, you know, I mean, I love where I live. Don't get me wrong. I have my grandchildren right upstairs. But I'm also the type of grandma who, I'm still dreaming. I'm still dreaming. I'm still dreaming about things that I can do. I'm dreaming about taking tarot on the road in some way. I'd love to like get a hold of a TV producer and do like how they do food shows, what have you. I would love to go like to different towns, different states, and maybe have like people already waiting where I do tarot readings, but like in different types of atmosphere. I don't know if you can get in my head and understand what I'm saying. So these are the kind of dreams I still have, and I'm 58. So, but then, I also have the other side of it where having love and being in having stability, and if I did nothing other than what I'm doing now, I am very grateful. Very, very grateful. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. And I know you're going to say, stop saying you're sorry. It's just part of me. Okay, so, that whole spiel must have been for something. And I'm sitting here thinking, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot what I was just talking about. So I do feel like it was more for you. Okay. You always have these readings that make me go deep, that allow me to go deep. And I love that, because these readings help me too, help me to grow. and recognize different things. Okay, now I'm going to stop talking, but, and just one more thing. I didn't realize that you are ruled by Uranus, and the day I was born was under Uranus. And I think that's why I connect so well with you. You know, I don't know. It's the kind of stuff I think about all the time. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Two of Cups. This is coming in. Clearly, it's what's coming in. It's following the eight. Now, this Eight of Wands can mean a million different things. But right this moment, what it means is things, people perhaps coming in, a way now, a new way of living coming in. And it is something, okay, one of the reasons why it's coming in is because you yourself, I won't be surprised if you get the Strength card, because I feel that you yourself have overcome. Let's put it a different way. The collective, we've been purging for so long, right? And we're still purging. I feel, I don't want quoted on this, but I feel that period will come to an end. And I feel it with myself, just kind of living from a different place. How do I want to say this? Well, let's say 5 years ago, probably longer than that, but an example. How I used to hang on to things, take things very personal in Virgo, and we can give criticism, but boy, we don't like it. I'm okay with it now, still a little ting, but back then, I was definitely all in my Virgo mind. And damn it, I forgot my point. Anyway, long story short is I'm completely different than the way I used to be. Back then I would hang on to things, took things personal. Um, my mother made a statement that my brother and I had a nose big enough for two people. Um, and that comment has stayed with me my whole life. I have tried to save money for it to get an actual nose job. And I'm sorry I'm talking about this, but somebody must need to hear this. Um, and every time I would get close, something would happen where I'd have to put that money. A car would break down, something like that. To the point where I started to realize that I'm not meant to have a nose job. And I just got to start loving the nose I had. And as I started to do that, not that I love it, I got to start accepting it. No, I mean, and you guys are probably thinking my nose is like, wah. It's not. It is within me. It's a statement my mother made that had stayed with me. And let me tell you something that affected me on many different levels on how I was. Like I always had a hard time flirting because I never thought I was the prettiest girl in the room. It's crazy. And then, and just recently, I was looking back at some old pictures, and I'm sure many of you have done this, or maybe you need to do that. I look back and I seen some old pictures of myself, and I thought to myself, man, like, you were pretty there. Like, look at your eyes, or this or that. Because I was always in shape. But, and I thought to myself, with my 58-year-old brain, like, man, if I could only feel, if I could only know then what I know right now, how different would I be? Right? I would have had much more confidence. However, with my Virgo mind, I'm going to flip that and I'm going to look at it from a different perspective and realize that maybe I was meant to have that burden on me because it's what built my sense of humor. And I'm not saying I'm funny, but, you know, I crack myself up all the time. I'm writing other people's texts and I'm laughing my ass off. Um, they may not laugh at all. I don't know. Anyway, it has built my character. And maybe, and it has given me drive. It's also put me in some bad places, you know, abusive relationship. But you evolve. Anyway, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm reflecting back. Mercury's in retrograde. We know that. But I have not done this on anybody else's reading, so I apologize. Anyways, Two of Cups. The only thing I can say, Aquarius, is maybe someone needs to go back and do that type of reflection that I'm talking about. It has helped me tremendously, and and I have suggested to many people who told me that it really does help heal. And you're just looking at it from your perspective, but then an open perspective, perhaps the person's perspective, or just the element. Okay, you guys are so smart, you'll figure it out. Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Comes to 13. And I feel like it's important. The number 13. And I feel like, I want to explain something real quick. And again, I have to talk about myself for a second. Maybe it's Mercury retrograde. I feel like I got to get stuff out. And then I forget it. Oh, the number 13 is important in some way. And it's important to the event that's taking place. These energy waves. Now, as I say that, I want you to understand one thing. I don't follow any of this. Like, there's many channels that break it down. You know, I don't follow that. And it's not that I don't believe it. I absolutely do believe it. I don't think I'm meant to. And in a way, I feel like I'm meant to discover certain things alongside you. But I don't think I'm the reader or the channeler for talking about Gaia. And I know different energy waves are coming in. I know about the purging. I'm meant to feel it, so I guess I can then describe it. And I'm saying that because, many times I don't have the correct terminology for it. So I'm only going by my instinct, okay? So I just want to make that clear. Because some of you might be like, Sandy, that's that and that. You're probably right. But the energy, that's what I am working on. So 13. Um, and I feel like you know what I mean by 13. It could also, again, be a number, a confirmation. 13 equals a 4, which is stability. So it looks like we have love coming in. And this is love that you wanted, whether this be someone from the past or someone new. Because many times I feel like the Two Cups is talking about new love. But within this new love, I feel like there's usually some type of soul connection. Not some type, that it is a soul connection, a romantic soul connection. You can have soul connections with many. You do have soul, I mean, we're all soul connected. Um, and I'm noticing that what's coming to you, and again, what you've been wanting, and even, purging. Like, I feel like you've been like working on purging. Maybe that's really why I want to talk about Gaia and all the terminology, is because you may really follow that and you hear that, right? Purging, 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 purging. And you know what? I think that's why because I did watch it in the beginning. But then I get frustrated. It gave me a sense of frustration because, much like when you're watching my reading, right, you want what's here to happen. And this is giving you the potential of how it can absolutely happen. But a lot of the channels were talking about twin flames, coming together in masses. And I knew twin flames are coming together. Okay, so the bottom line is I felt like, and I hope I don't do this. This is what I don't want to do for people. I feel like eventually what it does gives you a false sense of hope. So I don't want you to tune out because I want you to learn, but I also want you to think about your 3D energy and now, like right now. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I have the three sisters joined in celebration. Carefree. And joy. And it's weird because I wrote a post on my Facebook today and I finished it with the word joy. And I did it all capital letters. And then I hit send. And afterwards I thought to myself, that was weird that I just said joy right there. And here it is. Here it is. Here's those big letters. All cap. Joy. So, I wonder what that post was about. I should try to remember the post. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this is about your stability. This is feeling good within your foundation. This can be the energy of stubbornness. And, like someone hanging on to their idea, like their idea is the only idea, We have the Four of Swords. I find that ironic. Got two fours next to each other. So, you know, someone definitely praying for someone to come into their life. I feel like you might be under a little bit of, with the High Priestess. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. Why I got the cards separated. So the King of Wands is mirroring the Eight of Wands. King of Wands would be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or a man who's front and center. That type of energy. You know, not the wallflower. This person's coming in. It's just weird because I feel like someone is connecting to someone. You know, through the ether, someone's connecting. And you know, it's like you are in each other's dreams, but you're in each other's dreams. Like you can feel them, you can touch them, and you can certainly talk. And yes, it's a higher realm. And for some of you, I feel like you may be trying to do this, and you may be trying too hard. Like you may be just trying, I don't know, like closing your eyes and say, okay, this, you know, what can I suggest? I suggest that when you lay your head down and, you know, if you start to feel yourself drift off, put yourself right in the dream that you want to be in. Like, see yourself, feel yourself in that, and let yourself just drift off to sleep. If you're in contact with this person, you know, I feel like you may even be saying, like, okay, tonight at midnight, let's meet. Let's meet in our dreams. And can I tell you, I feel like you have full access to each other. And I suppose this could be something that is going to happen for some, because that is the energy. So it could definitely be that too. You know, you could be learning this. How wonderful would that be? Okay, I'm going to bring the clarifiers right out. And I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot. let's break this down. You know, what I'm feeling right now is like what's going on right now is this bottom line, and what's about to come in is within the top line. Because it's showing me the action that many of you are in right now, and that is, you know, the praying over someone or even just praying for love, period. But I feel like you're going beyond that. You know, you may be doing rituals, and I don't mean spells. I mean, like, you know, at the full moon, it's a new moon, but I definitely feel this feeling of wanting to connect. And, well, I think you will. You know, and I'm saying in your dreams, listen, this just may be another round that two of you actually exist in, and you're seeing that. Because I do feel like this King of Wands, number one, he's yet to come in. I know that. But I get this feeling like he's coming, you know, like from the atmosphere. And I do get this feeling of someone really trying hard to connect. Um, like, let me see behind that veil. And, you know, I feel like you're just trying too hard. You're trying too hard. So your mind is way too involved in it. Um, I don't know, guys. I just feel like it's going to be available. 2244. Oh, 2244. Whoa. Sounds like a pair to me, right? And then 2 equals 4. 444. Okay. I have to say, I'm noticing a lot of yellow, and that's good, you know. And also, when I see the Three of Cups, I am feeling the joy coming from it, so I'm not surprised to see a lot of yellow. I have the Prince of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I have the Three of Cups again. Two Swords again, look at that. Four of Pentacles again. And the Six of Wands. Wow. Synchronicities, twins, I can't help say it. Definitely soulmate energy. I do feel like there's someone who, I feel like you're trying hard to find the love, or how do I want to say this? I feel like you're dealing with an earth sign. I do feel like you're dealing with an earth sign. And I do feel like this earth sign might be somewhat immature, as in, well, he may not be all that stable. Um, I don't feel like he's in a house that's just going to fall down. And, I'm kind of feeling like, he may just be fine with where he's at. And I don't know why I'm saying there's something within him that's just a little unstable. I do feel like, I feel like it's something that time corrects. Someone is definitely thinking about this person and what to do. I definitely feel like this earth sign is back, holding back, um, or has been holding back. And I feel like it kind of threw you in a tizzy. Like, I kind of feel like you don't, like, I don't know where I stand. I don't know where I stand here. I feel like perhaps the new moon or the Cancer full moon. I do feel like, yeah, I feel like around one of them time periods, I feel like things are going to change. So I have this person coming, kind of living in their ego, kind of like reminded me of what I was talking about earlier, in my younger days. And that's probably why I said time will change that naturally. Not for all people, but yes, for this person. So this has a positive outlook. And what's weird, I'm getting conflicting energy because here I have this energy at the beginning, which we are clarifying, is talking about something coming in quickly. But at the same time, there's like the other half of me where I feel like the brakes were put on something, um, and maybe the brakes being released. Um, I want you just to be aware of your energy if this is you, right? Because I definitely feel like this. I definitely feel like it's driving you crazy. Like I don't know where I stand here. For some reason, it's like, kind of like on a fish hook. You get so far away, and then for some reason, but yet I am feeling victory over this. I want to look just at the prince. I have the Queen of Wands. Huh. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Um, oh boy. Okay. There could be some that are here, but I have the Tower. And I'm looking just at the prince. So this is telling me that this prince was attached to someone else. And, I'm seeing that Three of Cups, and it definitely makes sense here. And that may be part of why you don't know where you stand. But the Tower is here. So this is telling me that this queen and this prince, it will end. Maybe that's what you're waiting for. Maybe someone's waiting on you. This may be you. And then there's movement. Definitely. Sitting there waiting. Sitting there waiting. Three-party situation. Here they are. And here's the ending. Stay strong within yourself, okay? Because it doesn't promise anything will be easy, right? Because there's a tower here involved. Let me look at the Queen real quick. I want to see if there's any repercussion, or maybe the Queen wants it too. So, regarding those who are waiting for this prince, male or female, by the way, I want to see what this tower means to you. No, I want to see what it meant to the Queen, but either or. So, Ten of Cups. Wow. I definitely feel this is for you. So for you, that tower means pretty much everything. This is definitely someone who wants to go the whole way, right? Wants marriage, definitely live together. Um, this may be what you're hoping for, yet it is the tower, right? So it's universal energy, helping to end what needed to end. And so it does. And then it's the Ten of Cups. And, I always know that the tower always brings a blessing. But I asked about you. So I guess the answer is yes, the potential is here. That potential is here. Um, so I definitely feel like that's going to happen. And maybe sooner than you think. I don't know if the two of you like immediately come together. Because I am seeing 2 4 Pentacles, and for some reason to me it's just like two different homes at this point. But that feels temporary. Okay, let's keep going. I think whoever that was for, I don't know, pretty clear. Okay, keep going. I have the Princess of Swords, and I want to say pretty in pink. Pretty in pink. Someone's going to be pretty in pink. I often feel like Princess of Swords is on a mission. She's on a mission to make something happen. This is definitely someone who is working on being their authentic self, right? Coming to the truth of their own understanding. I feel like for some, this is also the beginning of, again, connecting telepathically, or you're just having very, very vivid dreams. But these dreams are happening. Look at that, Temperance. Card Sagittarius. I love the Temperance comes over the Two of Cups. Both such beautiful, loving energy, right? It is about the mixing of the fire and water, ceremony. It is about understanding that once we let go of control of when it needed to happen and let the universe guide us, it brings us together in such harmony, without all the agony, I want to say, for someone. So this is definitely the universe guiding. And I do feel like, listen, Temperance is showing because the timing is coming up very soon with the Eight of Wands opening your reading. So, I don't know. Be prepared for love, guys. We're going to leave that out and just keep moving. You might hear the little fireplace is actually a heater. And the blower is on. It is blowing right now. But I kind of need it, so I hope you're okay with it. It is rainy in the Northeast today. Somewhat nice though. Look at that, Wheel of Fortune. This is a destined path. I feel like this wheel is showing me everything. Like the journey. The journey, like Sandy, if I could tell you the journey it took me to get here. But here you are. So, many of us just think we'll never have love. We'll never have love. I think you're wrong. Listen, it may not come how you expect it. It may not even come in the exact package that you requested. But if you feel that connection, and I think that most of you know what I mean now, you can kind of tell the difference between a karmic. You can still have all that excitement, right? But there's something within a soul, right? The soul mate. It's within their eyes. But there's a different type of connection. And if you've never been with a soulmate, don't worry about it because you'll know. That's just how I feel. So Aquarius, you're moving into quite the joyful time. But our advice going into this time period is to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So don't forget that. And I feel like, don't be a doormat for anyone. I can't say that the universe wouldn't send you someone where some triggers may come up because, that's just reality. Whatever triggers are left that still need to be purged, yes, they may come up. Okay? But try to recognize them because these are past pains. So you should recognize that once if it comes to the surface. And then just realize that's just my brain. Just my brain trying to cause havoc. I feel there's something about a license plate for someone. Something about a license plate. Oh. Excuse me. Ten of Wands. So you have the Wheel of Fortune and then 10 of Wands. This is telling me just how I felt when I first picked up the wheel. You know, it's just telling me that the journey you've been on, right? The hardships that you've had. They weren't for nothing. But for some of you, like you're right at the end of it, and I could say that to you, but you know, when you're in it, it's like, just get me out of it. It's like you're almost there. Now listen, I don't feel like this Ten of Wands like ends because love walks in the door. I don't think that. I really don't. I feel like this is more about things within yourself, things within your family, right? Things that you've taken on. And this may be, I needed to go through this Ten of Wands to really learn to be my authentic self because that's the main message. Going into this relationship, however it shows for you. You know, it's like trudging through quicksand. I get that. And, you know, it just won't matter. It won't matter. It won't matter in a little while because you will be just in a different place. Your mindset will be in a different place. You know, it is like I'm in the depths of hell, and now, you know, I'm going to heaven. Experiencing ugh, heaviness and everything you needed to experience. Because remember, the Ten of Wands journey is about us learning our strength. It's a wisdom that we're gaining, even though it's tough, right? Think of the nine right before it. It's about fortitude and not giving up. The ten is saying, "Baby, it's almost over." It is now at the point I feel, especially with the wheel next to it, like the ability to end it, right? The ability to end it, and you may be starting to feel some light energy coming in. Again, this may be after the new moon. I don't want to say the full moon here, because I don't feel like it's the end of the month. Yeah, and it's so funny I said that because I'm seeing like half the moon. So it is kind of like as the wheel turns, you know, it's blowing in this new energy. So this Ten of Wands able to come to an end. I feel like for the Ten of Wands or the Ten of Swords to come to an end, um, the last bit I have to do is just reflect back on that journey because it's important, right? And there are major lessons I've had, even if I've been through hell. Sometimes those are our best lessons. And remember, if you have a lesson, it's just a soul challenge, right? It's what the soul asks for. Um, and you face that head on and you learn from that. That lesson does not need to come back again. So look at it that way. Like I can face it now, or I'm going to face it times two and then times three. Anyway, okay. So this is showing me number one, how the energy is changing for you. Whether it has something to do with planetary action, whatever it is, it's changing for you. I'm going to look at this King of Wands, find out more about him. At this moment, I don't feel like this King of Wands has anything to do with the Ten of Wands, other than maybe an idea or something that didn't come to fruition. Look at this. Look at this. Listen, guys, I can't make this up. We have the Lovers. Card of Gemini. It's about head over heart decision. But not today, it's not. Today it is revealing that this King of, I was going to say Pentacles. So for some of you, maybe King Pentacles, this King of Wands is soul connected. Perhaps even twin flame energy. I can't help say that. You know, I got Temperance. I have the Two of Cups. I have the Wheel of Fortune. And now I have the Lovers. And I do have to say one thing. If you connect with your twin, right? And let's say you did not fully go through this Ten of Wands. Maybe you took a shortcut, right? I'll learn that another time. Your twin will trigger that in you and bring it to the surface. If you know what that is, again, you can then deal with it in a much simpler way. Acknowledgement, right? But if you don't understand that, then it is bickering and fighting, and it doesn't make sense. It's just such a strong energy. So just know that going in, and you know, it's not a requirement that you have everything purged. No. You know, you have free will in here too. So if you come together with a twin, and even if you just have communication, and there is that triggering going on, see for what it truly is, so you don't run, okay? Because this is exactly what needs to be worked out. And I feel like, it kind of feels like your reading is saying, you know, it would be a lot easier to have as much figured out about your past, about what makes you do the things you don't, let's say, like about yourself, or attract certain energy. This is all you need to look at, right? If you don't, I'm not sure how you get here. So there is definitely going to be triggers. It's like the universe is saying, it's up to you. We're not going to hold this lover back. But no going in, okay? You know, be the awakened one. And being the awakened one doesn't mean we're perfect by any means. It just means that, you know, if we screw up, or we see it, right? We've learned from our mistakes. Anyway. Oh, we got another card here. Look at this. The Ace of Wands. So, this is happening, guys. This is definitely happening, and I love that I love it when the same king or queen brings out the ace of the same suit. This is definite movement, which we already knew. I do feel like for a few of you that you do know this king or queen, remember that. Um, and yet I get the feeling that unless you are this king, I do get the feeling that it's them somewhat waiting on you. So we can go back. Some of you may be going through the divorce, but a lot of you are definitely learning. You're learning and you're growing. You're learning spiritually, but you're just learning yourself. I definitely feel that a lot of you are understanding now that to bring in a great love, I got to make sure that my energy can match that, right? Not looking for perfection, but likes attracting like. So it does seem like there's a lot of that type of awareness first in divine timing. The wheel's moving. It's time for these hardships to end. Lessons. Grab them. This king is coming in. Um, he does bring joy. I know that. And it is, in some form, what you've been asking for. I do feel like some of you may have a little bit of a challenge in the beginning. You may be twin flame energy, and that's why I said what I said earlier, so you can move beyond that. Anyway, what do I forgot what I had in my hand. Your dad's like they kiss, and there's that spark. And for some of you, it may be exactly that. Coming together in your 3D world. It's like that first kiss, that first touch, and it's like electricity through the world. Let's keep going. I'm getting all love in this reading, guys. Sorry, no, it doesn't seem to be talking about career. At least that's not the way I'm picking it up right now. I certainly have the energy of also sending love and healing to another through your energy. You may do Reiki, or some type of long distance energy, because I do feel like it's long distance. But I kind of feel like it's more, well, you can still do Reiki, but that you're sending your love to someone. Okay. I have the 8 of Cups. I have the Fool. Wow. So it's within my own desire, right? This is such a perfect example of why we get stuck. So we have the energy of the Fool, which is brand new energy, right? This is being excited about life again. This is forgetting what happened before. It just doesn't hold room anymore. This is about being carefree, going with the wind, going with the energy of the universe. Here is someone who has a desire for more in their life. They want more, right? But they're still fixated. They don't have complete understanding of, why do I always have destruction? Like, why does it always end bad? Or, not many relationships end good. And that's just the truth. And we got to accept that. We're human beings and we all have egos. So when you're hurt, you're hurt. So sometimes you just got to let go of the way something ended. Anyway, it's about getting my own house in order, my own thoughts in order. And it's about keeping that dream alive, right? That desire within you. Letting that desire burn brighter than the pain. You can be sitting in so much pain, and something tremendous can happen in 10 minutes and change everything, change your whole life. And I know it. It's happened to me multiple times. And it's probably happened to you too. So, anyway, let's see what else we got. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. You guys always get Virgo, and I'm wondering if it has to do with Uranus, but you do. You get Virgo a lot. And look at that. We have the Six of Cups. So you definitely had to go in reflection over someone from your past. You know what I mean? You had to go. I feel like what you're doing or what you will be doing is normally when you look back, you're thinking about bastard and all the ways they hurt me and this and that. But I feel like, and you know, this is part of the energy that's changing and a new way of being. Looking back and thinking about the good times, all the good times, the special times. And I feel like I'm saying this because I feel like for you, you may have a Virgo coming back. And I do feel like, you know, Six of Cups is talking about this person coming back, but I also feel like the real advice here is because, you know, this is about a past relationship with a new start. And it's showing me here that some of you within this Two of Swords is about stuck in the past energy, but wanting to move forward. And part of that might be instead of reflecting again on all the bad, start remembering all the good in your whole life. And how, think about times when you thought you would never get out of something horrible, and then you get out, right? I feel like that's the kind of drive you need right now to pull yourself out of that Eight of Cups, is to follow that desire, baby. Follow that desire. Control the way you're thinking. Don't allow yourself to keep going into a negative, because, listen, especially with the Eight of Wands here, you know, I often feel like this is a card of what I think about, I bring about, so to speak. Not everything I think about is I have to be aware of, because that freaks you out. But on the majority, where I put my concentration, what I think about, I bring about. This is telling me that there is a new start here. There is a new beginning. And I know for some of you, it's a Virgo, and others, this can just be talking about the reflection over. Look at that. Okay, two things. This is showing me that you can move out of that Eight of Cups mentality, and you can absolutely have your desires. This is about receiving your desires. And I love that the Nine of Cups is representing that, because this is joy here, right? This is like the beginning of the relationship. This is before we move into the 10. So this is all the fun and the excitement and the romance, that you don't want to miss. You don't want to skip right through this if you can help it. But I love this. We're just going to keep moving along. We did have the Ten of Cups earlier too, so, I'm not going to say that some of you won't end up in a marriage. Some of you will definitely be living together. And then what do we do? Like who? You'll figure that out. I feel like it's going to come down to finances when it has to do with that. Like someone's got a better job. It's so weird. I was thinking to myself earlier, the King of Pentacles always comes out in your reading. Hello. And you came face up. I'm not going to take this pile, but I am going to take this. Eight of Pentacles. That's just weird, because what I was feeling is for those couples who will then move in together, and this doesn't have to be right away, by the way. You know what I mean? It's not like we meet, bam, we move in together, because I actually feel like don't rush the romance, right? Enjoy it all. But anyways, I feel like the bottom line will be who has the better job, like who has the stronger foundation. And with the two fours, you may eventually end up with your, like, getting your own place. You may do that, but I don't know. I feel like who's ever got the strongest position, strongest, I'm saying job, but I just feel like one can pick up and move much easier than the other, and that's the way it's going to be. All right, I'm going to look just at this King of Pentacles. I have the King of Cups. Wow, I kind of love this, because you remember earlier where I was talking about the Prince of Pentacles and how he could not express his emotions, and some of the things, nothing was going to change. It was something that changes with time. Here it is. And I have to tell you something. I feel like there is a possible Earth sign. Doesn't have to be this Virgo. A possible Earth sign who has been working on that exact same thing. I do feel like it's male, especially with the two kings here, because I feel like this King of Pentacles, who does have the hardest time with expression. Now, they'll show you through buying things and supporting you, and it's a beautiful way in which they show it too. But if you're someone who is all about the emotion of it, it's harder with an earth sign. Doesn't mean it can't happen, because here it is. Here is this King of Pentacles actually working on himself, working on his ability to show his emotions. This is someone who, you're just, how you just have certain qualities, and like maybe you're shy. It's like, I don't want to be shy, but I am. So eventually I can work on that and change that. That's what I feel like this king is doing. He is learning to truly open his heart. And by the way, I do again feel the energy, and I feel this is different. I feel the energy of connection again. Astral traveling, or in dream state. But it's like purposely. Okay. And I kind of love that because I know a lot of King of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles is really a Capricorn card, but I'm talking about Earth in general, males, and not all. I know this, but um, you know, I don't know. I just know a lot of them wish. Look at that. I was gonna say wish that they could change that part of them, right? And maybe that's exactly what this is. Capricorn, by the way. Um, but also going into, looking at the shadow side. I feel like this king is also on a path of discovery. And listen, women, more and more and more men are awakening. And we got to give them credit, right? Because this is what we've been asking for, and it's happening. So even if you see like a comment of, a man who is just, who's awakening, like, we got to acknowledge. Anyway, I feel like this person also, I do feel like, there may be even a little bit more that this king had to overcome. Yeah, I do feel like, I do feel like there's certain shadow aspects of themselves that they realized and they are working on, currently, right now. But they will have that awareness. Maybe some of you turned them on to just this way of thinking, but others, I have to say, I feel like it was their own discovery, their own path, spiritually minded, and you're attracting now. You know what I mean? Like your energy is at the same level now. I have the Emperor, card of Aries. I had a card fly. And boy, did it ever. I have the Seven of Pentacles. I'm feeling the Emperor right now as the leader of his own world, the king of his own destiny. A journey that was difficult and filled with challenges, but all of them overcome. And now this Emperor is controlling his own destiny. And yes, I know for some of you this is Aries, but that he or she could even be going through that. I feel like you're the Emperor here. Aquarius, I feel like there is such growth, and not just growth, understanding. Like, and when I say understanding, I mean real understanding. I want to look at just the Emperor. I have the Seven of Wands, and I have your card, the Star card. I have the Prince of Swords. I have the Ace of Swords, and I have the Two of Wands. You know, this is almost the energy of being my own, being my authentic self. Like truly being my authentic self, and then bam. Put me where you need me, universe, I'm ready. So, even though the star does represent you or another Aquarius, it is still the energy of hope. It is still the energy of connection, spiritual connection. I feel like as karmic partners go, they are what's leaving, and soulmate connection, twin flame connection is what's entering. You know, the world is changing. I love here the sword you have because I feel like this is, I don't know, Chris, I feel like this is just you. It's like universal truth. I also feel like for some of you, it's talking about when when you really put that value back in yourself, and I'm not talking like ego based at all, to a point. Um, it's just a value, you know, of who you are. It's so weird because I just had this sitting on my bed last night and I kept hearing this over and over. You're complete. You are complete. You are complete. God sees you as complete. Why can't you? And then I wrote down the bottom, I am complete. And I don't know if that's a mantra that maybe we should start saying, but it just kept coming to me to the point I had to write it down just to get out of my head. True awareness over oneself and the ability to now start this new path. Because it's really falling on the Two of Swords where we were kind of in question mode, right? Not really trusting our instincts or our head at that point. But with the Two of Wands here, this is showing me that there's action. There's action with this Ace of Swords. There is light at the end of the tunnel. For those of you who are still in that tunnel, this is that light. Grab it. Focus on that. Focus on the light, not the dark. You can analyze, but don't focus on the dark. Okay. I'm going to pick this up. It's so funny. The readings last month were relatively short for me. But this month they seem to be long again. I just don't feel like it's over yet. Oh. Sorry, guys. I just want to look at this energy on its own. So I have the 2 cups. I feel like Temperance. Well, no, because Temperance came over. Put that there. 2 cups, Temperance, and the Lovers. And I just want to take one more shuffle on this energy. See if any final words want to come out. I have the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Some of you, this could certainly be a work partner, someone you work with, someone that you need to team with. Whoa, there's just a big crash upstairs. You know, this is very balanced energy, and it's funny how we have the 3 and then the 6, and I don't know which way they came. But it is like instant growth. So the 6 of Pentacles is a much more loving, caring type of energy, as in, you know, if I saw someone, you know, if I went to work every day and I noticed that someone didn't have their I'd never had lunch, and I could just tell they were hungry. It's the kind of energy where I would just naturally bring them something to eat. You know, I'm coming from that energy. I'm living from that energy. And I feel like some of you are really evolving to that. And I don't even mean that you're thinking about it. It's just who you are now. It's just who you are. It's a real balance. This also feels really good for within the material world. And this also tells me that there is purpose. There is purpose behind this love story. And that is to give back to the world. And it can be in really any form you two see fit. I feel like you'll be guided. You know, it may be in like physically given donations or volunteering, starting organizations. Do you feel eventually you do something together? I feel this is like after the connection now, I have to say that. But boy, do I like this energy, because, you know, I never like to say that someone else completes me, because that's just not true. You complete yourself. But, this is joy. This is joy. Temperance. Reminding us, I told you, I had it under control. Be patient. All good things come in time. You know, love here on earth, it's a beautiful thing, right? But we forget that sometimes, you know, when we couple up, not even just coupling up, but it is about purpose. And I just feel like whoever I'm talking to right now, like whatever that is just going to naturally flow from you. Because I do feel the energy of teaming up together, and through that, just helping the world. Doesn't mean you have to do anything. It may just be the energy of you two, okay? Or you may be going to third world country, that type of energy. It's really wherever it fits for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So funny, I'm seeing the number 2 stick out. So this is telling me it is the beginning. Even if it's a relationship coming back together, treat it like it's the beginning. Give it the respect of that. Okay. I love you guys. Keep that image in your mind. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.